I welcome you all for this think tank strategy session on how to restart exhibitions. Under the able guidance of Rakesh ji, IAI has formed an advocacy committee where the single purpose is that our physical exhibitions to start at the earliest. A few days ago, we called all the venues to take their viewpoint on how they feel that we should now try to talk to all the stakeholders in getting the exhibition started. Today's session, we are inviting all our esteemed associations to give their viewpoints. And in the next coming weeks, IAIA together with the associations and industry would like to ramp up the request campaign with the governments, center governments and state governments with a single point of agenda that the physical exhibition should be given clear-cut dates to start with. All of us are stakeholders, all of us need to stick together in these most uncertain times. I would request Rakesh Kumar ji, who's heading the advocacy committee of IAIA. Other members of this committee include Mr. Ravinder Sethi, Ms. Sonia Parashar, our president, Mr. Balasubramaniam also. Rakesh ji has been very kind to give the right direction on how we should proceed with the governments. Sir, your years of wisdom are very much required in this. I request you to give some opening remarks and let the discussion move forward. Thank you, sir.
Surajji,
Thank you very much, Surajji.
You're also on this committee, Surajji.
Ji, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Surajji. Good afternoon to all of you. Friends, on behalf of Executive Committee of IAIA, first of all, I would like to welcome all of you and also thank you for sparing your invaluable time today for this meeting. Friends, today the group that consists of basically organizers who are basically associations in the country, all prominent associations, they are gathered here today. And in fact, you are the most important vertical of the entire exhibition industry sector. If we talk in terms of the total business that were transacted through your members through the trade fair, that has been to the tune of around rupees 3 lakh crore in the earlier years, every year. In fact, when we talk about the exhibition industry, the size is definitely around 25,000 to 30,000 crore. But the business transacted is the exhibitor, they participate in any exhibition. And that business is more important from the point of view of employment generation, from the point of view of the multiplier for the economy, and from the point of view of the business movement in the country. This 3 lakh crore of business is basically, that is all transacted in the exhibition within India. There is, apart from that, there is a lot of business that is transacted overseas, while our exhibitors, members of the association, they participate in the exhibition over there. There are over estimated number is around 1.5 crore people, they participate in exhibition in India every year, one way or other. Some of them are exhibitors, other are service providers. Some of them are basically, they are engaged in some kind of activity. And all of you know about it. I think it's not necessary to repeat all these numbers because all of you are expert in this particular field. There are around 15 lakh livelihoods. These are connected with the exhibition sector directly. And I think these numbers are very good numbers to basically project before the government that why exhibition industry, exhibition sector is important for all of us. Today, you all are present here. And what is most important, in the earlier meeting in the advocacy committee, we gave a thought process that we should take up the matter, each association should take up the matter of their own exhibition with the central government as well as with the respective state government. And the IAIA will support that so that there should be a multiplying effect for that. Right now, IAIA is just writing on behalf of the entire industry. So there is a single letter that is reaching the Ministry of Home Affairs or Commerce Ministry or Textile Ministry, and then it is not giving that much impact. Unless FICCI, CI, SOCHM, IPAMA, all of the industry bodies who are present here today, there are other associations who are there present here. So all of them participate in this activity. Particularly, you have to write to the government about the number of exhibitors they participate in the business you transact in your own exhibition. And also the number of the people, those are engaged as in direct employment, indirect employment in your sector. Then I think that will only make an impact over there. Friends, we were basically waiting for Unlock 3, quite hopeful that Unlock 3 exhibition industry will be highlighted there. They will be allowed, congregation will be allowed, assemblies will be allowed. But as a matter of fact, government has allowed even in Unlock 2, mall, they are allowed even some of the other activities. Our B2B exhibitions are quite similar to the malls. If you see what is the activity in the mall, even in the mall, there are unknown people, they come. Every day, some new faces, they come, and you don't know. Even some of them are not so literate. But in exhibition industry, the B2B exhibition industry, B2B exhibition, only the educated crowd come, pre-registered people come, and even all of them are ready to fulfill the SOPs norms, and even the venue provider would also be able to give the complete compliance of SOP over there. I think this is now the time to take up this issue individually and collectively both. So with these words, I would like to, I would request Mr. Suraj Dhawan to please open the platform for discussion by each and every member. Thank you.
Thank you, Rakesh ji. Friends, as all of you are aware, IAIA came up with the SOPs for organizing safe and secure exhibitions as early as May 2020. And later, in a collaborative effort with ITPO, we also created the ITPO SOPs with a viewpoint that Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of Commerce could consider opening exhibitions at the earliest. All of us understand that to kickstart the exhibition, we may still require 2 to 3 months before any major event can take place. And that is the reason where we feel that together with all of you, we would like to tell the government that we don't want to start exhibitions tomorrow. We may start in a month or two, but at least give us some guidelines, at least give us some dates from when we could start from. We have prepared a small list of questions for all of you, where you could give your opinions on that. And thereafter, we can then plan the strategy together. Nidhi, can you share the slide, please? So we
Hope it is visible to all.
This is visible.
Yeah.
So these are 3 major questions we have in mind. Where we feel that all our esteemed councils and associations can give their views. We agree, we understand that exhibitions are core business generators for all your members, and that is why exhibitions happen. People feel that they are able to generate businesses during exhibitions, which happen in India and which happen overseas. And then all of us also understand the multiplier impact of how our exhibitions can benefit the national and state economies. We feel, as Rakesh ji mentioned, that if you could highlight to your respective state governments, this will make a big impact, and hopefully we would be back when the next unlockdown happens in the month of September. And lastly, we want your views on how we can get the confidence back in physical exhibitions. So these are critical things which we have. And before we start our deliberations, we would like to have a quick round of introductions. We have a few members from Indian Exhibition Industry Association. I would like to invite Mr. Sudeep Sarkar, who is the Vice President IAIA, to introduce the various EC members. And thereafter, if each one of you could go give a quick introduction, while we know each other, we can just know each other better. So Deep, if you could just introduce various EC members present today, and then we can ask the various esteemed panelists who have come to give their viewpoints.
Pleasure, Suraj. First, if I have to introduce, the tiger of the industry, Mr. Rakesh Kumar, past president of the IIA, and then Mr. Ravinder. Nidhi, I can't see the slides. I mean, I can see the slides, I can't see the Zoom anyway. But I remember Mr. Ravinder Sethi ji is there, who has been one of the founding members of IIA, same as with Sri Rakesh Kumar ji. And I'm seeing Sonia Parashar ji, who has been there with the EC for at least 4 terms, and is currently on the board member of the Indian Exhibition Industries Association. And Suraj Dhawan ji is also there on the board of the IIA, and the Ms. Nidhi as the executive director of IIA, and myself, Sudeep Sarkar, is also on the board of Indian Exhibition.
And Yogesh ji is also there.
Yogesh Mudras.
And Mr. Yogesh Mudras ji is also there as one of the board member, esteemed board member of Indian Exhibition Industries Association. So majority of the IIA board members have taken the initiative under the guidance of Mr. Rakesh Kumar ji, that we have to take this initiative forward with much larger strength and multiple channels that are available to the associations, which has got much larger presence than that of IIA, to the government to request the various issues that will come up during this discussion, and also as Suraj is steering the entire discussion at this point of time. So from here, if we can kindly request the senior members who have joined to kindly introduce them and say a few lines about their association, so that we can understand the kind of gathering that we have on this platform as of today.
So Mr. Raghavan from ACME, if you could just say a few words, sir.
Yes, I'm Raghavan. Actually, I'm working in Ambattur Industrial Estate Manufacturers Association, Chennai, for the past 12 years now. Of course, this industry association with more than 2,000 industrial units, mainly making auto components. So we are only on the engineering industry. We do one exhibition called ACME once in 2 years. It is exclusively devoted for machine tools which are used for making components. So machine tools is a very big exhibition. We can say we are the second biggest next to IMT, MBS, Imtex. Of course, many of you, I know many of you very well, and I had a pleasure of working with many of them, including Ravinder Sethi, Rakesh Kumar, and many more. When I was working in ITPU, I was working in ITPU as general manager and retired in 2007 December.
Thank you, sir.
Right now, our association is working on the exhibition. It was earlier to be held in June 2020, but it has been postponed. We have postponed it by one year to June 2021. Our main concern right now, I will also tell you what is our issue basically. Unless the exhibitions are allowed to be happened, we are not able to move forward. We just don't know whether the travel relaxation, how it is going to relax, how the industry is going to be in the future. There is no proper guidelines. There is no issue, at least from the government side, what is happening. So I wish the IEAA takes up the matter urgently. As suggested by, we will also write. Thank you. I think for the time being, it is okay.
Yes, sir. So we'll have a quick round of introductions.
Okay.
We also have Mr. Sanjay Kumar, who's the Executive Director of Carpet Export Promotion Council. Welcome, Sanjay ji.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Sanjay Kumar. I am Executive Director cum Secretary in Carpet Export Promotion Council. I am based in Delhi. So it's really a pleasure for me to join this meeting. And I am really thankful to Rakesh sir. Under his guidance, wherever we can explore the opportunity for the sector, we are always proactively participating. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay ji. Sanjay ji, also please mention the fair you organize.
Yeah.
Sanjay, CEPC organizes a very important fair which provide a
in fact, we have our two
opportunity to the sector, All India Carpet Trade. Please tell that.
Sir,
Please tell about the fair.
Yeah, we have our two flagship event in India, sir. One used to happen in March in Delhi, that is in the name of India Carpet Expo. And in the same name, we are organizing in Varanasi in October. So unfortunately, last March we couldn't organize our, Delhi edition due to the COVID. And I see very rare possibility about the October also. Apart from that, sir, we also organized. In fact, last year we started. Sorry, last year we are started one show. Basically, Delhi and Varanasi both are B2B, but we have started one B2C event in Mumbai, and it was really a grand success. And this year we have already planned in November. So these are the India shows, sir. Apart from that, we are also organizing and participating in various events like Domotex, Hanover, and where almost 200 companies are participating abroad. All over India, last year it was 337 companies participated there. Through CEPC, 200 companies were there, sir. And apart from that, we are also organizing buyer-seller meet and some different events also we are participating. So this is the all about the Carpet Export Promotion Council's event, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjay ji.
Hmm.
We also have Mr. Gurvinder Singh, Director Exhibitions, EEPC India. So Gurvinder ji, just tell us what events you have been doing in India and abroad.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to see the entire trade fair fraternity here. As an EEPC, we are doing an event by the name of IESS. This is the International Engineering Sourcing Show. We do only one mega event, but apart from that, there are a lot of other small events which we do at a regional level. And apart from the domestic event, there are a host of international fairs. We participate around in around 30 international events throughout the year. And this year, we were lucky that we could do an event in the fag end of, not in the fag end, the starting of the March. And immediately, from 23rd onwards, the lockdown started. But now with the situation, like with everyone, we are also finding it difficult to plan. So we all are hoping the situation to improve so that we can get the confidence in the physical exhibition and get them back. Thank you.
Thank you, Gurvinder. We also have with us Mr. Ajay Mahajan, Head Exhibitions, EMA. Ajay ji. Ajay ji is on a phone call. Balwinder ji, are you there for a quick introduction while you need no introduction? Balwinder ji is also in parallel meetings, so he said that he will be in and out of meetings. Kunal, are you there?
Yes, Suraj. Hi, Kunal here. I'm there.
Just a brief about FICCI.
FICCI is one of the largest and oldest chamber in the country. Everybody is aware about it. Nothing to be mentioned here. Apart from that, the shows we organize are relatively known and older. In terms of the largest one, it is India Stone Mart that is scheduled in February 2021. And apart from that, we organize various shows on different sectors. That includes the Wings India, Annapurna, Advantage Healthcare. So all these sectors are covered majorly by FICCI. So obviously we are also affected by it. And to remain in the market, we have been organizing virtual events. One was the VHHE, that was on the healthcare, virtual healthcare summit. And now the other one that is forthcoming is on the FMCG sector. So currently to stay in the market, we are doing the virtual ones, but it would be a hybrid model. We have to have the physical exhibitions open. So our physical exhibition as of now is planned in November, the first one for this year. So we are staying positive and let's see how things open up and we'll take it forward from there.
Thank you, Kunal. IPAMA is the organizer of PrintPack. Mr. Diyakar Reddy and Prashant Bhatt sir are there. Mr. Reddy, if you could just introduce IPAMA.
Yeah. Okay, Suraj. Good evening, everyone. It was a good initiative by IEIA to to restart the exhibition industry in the shortest manner of time. Myself, Dayak Reddy, President, Indian Printing and Packaging Allied Machinery Manufacturers Association. Our association is more than 3-decade-old association, and probably we are the first biggest exhibition in IMEL Noida in 2013. We do exhibition called Print Pack India. It's a biannual event. Our next event is scheduled at February 1st week, 2021. We are 100% positive, and by God's grace and our secretariat hard work, we have already sold almost 75% of our space for 2021 show. So we are positive, and hopefully by end of this year, exhibition industry will open. Yes, I would like to updates from my own state, Telangana. After our national lockdown, our state government has not imposed any lockdowns. You must have seen Mumbai, you must have seen Tamil Nadu. Many states have been imposing. Probably our visionary CM has understood the impact of lockdowns. So from the beginning of May 1st week, none of the segments is open. Now by this today, except cinema halls, schools, and metro, everything is open in Hyderabad. Everything, right from restaurants. Restaurant is open from May 1st week onwards. So it all depends on the leaders of the country, leaders of the states, how they wanted to bring back the economy back on track. So if we can try our level best as a team, definitely I expect government of India also is eager to bring back our 5 trillion GDP by 2023. So if we miss all these buses, so 5 trillion is highly impossible. So we as a CII national coordinate member, we have been emphasizing this all the meetings in CII also. So rest is government of India's hand, and I wish IEA will succeed in this attempt. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reddy. Mr. Naveen Seth and Mr. Rakesh Kumar are there from PhD Chamber of Commerce. Naveen ji, a quick word of introduction.
Yeah, good afternoon to all and all from the industry. It is good to see all. I'm sorry, I'm driving on the highway. It is raining very heavily here, so my voice can crack in between. But I also feel, as everybody has said, that physical exhibitions, we should start as early as possible. So as of now, from the PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, our flagship event, PITEX, which we do in Punjab, Amritsar every year in December. So as of now, we are planning to go ahead with that. Let's hope how the things shape up in coming time. But for the time being, the B2B virtual platform which we have developed, we have done a couple of B2Bs with country specifics. And we have also started virtual expo. Recently, we have done on retail supply chain. Now coming this month, we are doing 2 events, one on the health and wellness sector. Another one is on the alternate fuel technology. So as of now, these are the things. I think rest we will discuss later on this. Thank you, Suraj.
Thank you, Naveen. Friends from Plastic, we have, yes, please.
Yeah, namaskar, sir. Namaskar to all of you. And to add on to the Naveen, so actually we are eagerly looking forward to organize over several conferences and exhibitions. And several of them are exhibitions are postponed. And we are eagerly looking forward for physical exhibitions. So we are reimagining for the time being the new virtual things what we can do. So we are just looking forward that how soon we can start the physical activity, because virtual is okay, but somehow the touch and feel is missing. All the exhibitors, they feel that when we'll have physical exhibition and how do we start. So we are looking forward, and under, I think, the leadership of Mr. Rakesh Kumar, I think maybe the government will look after all these things as early as possible. And whatever regulations and all these things in the new normal we have to follow, I think we have to follow all collectively, and so that visitors should come and they feel safe in our exhibitions, and exhibitors should also feel that they should also be safe. So new norms need to be developed, which will be helpful for the industry. That's all. Thank you.
Suraj, just a minute. May I just thank you, Mr. Rakesh Sangrai. In fact, you have very well mentioned this point. Just for the information of all the members, I would like to say, inform that most of us, all the association, particularly FICCI, PSD, PCH, CEPC, all of us are organizing virtual show. But we have now come to a conclusion after organizing the show that physical show is must. It is must for the business because this is what has basically come out of the conclusion from the exhibitor. The exhibitors have finally concluded that virtual show is not giving them the dividend the way it should be. So that's why we are not going to make the virtual show at all mention in any of our advocacy henceforth. It is just for information of all of us. Thanks.
That is the reason, sir, I didn't mention about our virtual show, which is going to happen in this month.
Sir, you had a smart move. In fact, there was a pressure from members, but we did it, and members have realized that there's a no match. There's a no match with the physical show, and the physical show is must. So physical show is must, and it should be.
Very much.
Without that, the entire industry, particularly the cottage craft like handicraft, yours, PSD is doing, Rakesh Sangrai ji and Naveen ji are doing great job, Alvinder ji is doing, all of us, IPAMA, all of Engineering Council, all our associations. So definitely this needs, Kailash ji, Murarka ji will also tell us about the same. So I think physical shows are must, is the requirement. Thank you. Please, Suraj ji, please take it forward.
Thank you, Rakesh ji. We also have Mr. Vikram Bhadoria and Sunil Jain ji from Plast India Foundation. Vikram ji, if you could just introduce yourself and the great work being done by Plast India.
Good afternoon, everyone. I represent the Plast India Foundation. So we hold the world's third largest plastics exhibition in India every 3 years. So our show was supposed to be held in February 2021, which now we have delayed by a year, primarily because of a very uncertain situation right now. A lot of foreign travelers who come to India, we don't know how the situation will pan out across the world. We get into another thing, these exhibitions are a very high investment item for any company. And looking at how the balance sheets have suffered this year, so we thought it is prudent not to stress the exhibitors' balance sheets even more. So we've taken a call to shift the exhibition by a year. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Vikramji. We have Mr. Kailash Murarka from Plastivision. Kailash bhai, a few opening remarks. Kailash ji is there. Otherwise,
sorry. Mute pe the.
Yeah. My apologies. So, good evening, all of you. Thank you very much to Ravinder ji and IAI for inviting me to join such a August panel. I can see the international stalwarts also on the panel. So, I feel elevated and very happy to be here. Now, all of most of you have already explained the kind of agony, misery the whole exhibition industry has been going through. I would say we as exhibition organizers, we are suffering, but I see overall the Indian industry is also suffering badly because I have always been saying exhibition industry is the real tool for any marketing, any promotion, any business module. Without exhibition, I am telling you the Indian manufacturing industry is going to be very, very badly affected, which we have seen now. And I'm happy, it's a feel-good feeling that probably we have started reaching to plateau and hopefully things will start, seeing the positive trend now. So if not, probably in maybe next 3, 4, 5, 6 months, I think within a year, I think we will come back to the earlier normal, the way we were doing exhibitions before. And I think the job of associations like us and IAI and many other associations, all of us have to make our Indian government realize that what is the great contribution of exhibition industry to the economy of the country. we have to cite them the example of Europe and other countries where many cities, many, big clusters of cities are run on the, revenue of exhibition industry. So we all should take it very strongly to the government and tell them to support exhibition organizers. Maybe today there are many of us are well settled. We don't need too much of hand holding, but I am telling you, government can do much more and effectively more to do the hand holding of exhibition industry, and that can turn the commerce and economy of the country. And as far as the virtual and the physical exhibition goes, of course, there is absolutely no match, nothing to beat physical exhibition. I am personally desperately dying to witness a physical exhibition again as soon as possible, so that all these known faces also I can interact and we can see the real life happening on the ground. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kailash bhai. We also have Mr. Sunil Jain from Plast India Foundation. Mr. Jain, a few words from you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. It's good to be amongst known people and people who are so ambitious and full of a lot of motivation about the exhibitions. To endorse what Vikram and Kailash bhai had said, there's absolutely no match for physical exhibitions. I also represent PMMI. We had our event India Plast, and the next event is supposed to be Plast Focus. So there's some more things which I'd like to add. You can come in later after the round of introductions is over. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jain. May I request Mr. Ajay Mahajan from EMA to say a few words, please?
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Rakesh ji and other fellow panelists. Namaskar, sir. It's really a great feeling and rather an honor to be amongst this august gathering. For this, I must also thank Nidhi ji and Mr. Ravindra Sethi for the invite. Well, as you know, EMA, which is the Indian Electrical and Electronics Manufacturers Association, is one of the largest sectoral associations with about 900 plus member companies. We organize one very popular exhibition called Elecrama, which was started in 1990. So it's a real good feeling that our founding fathers were visionaries and they started an exhibition way back in 1990 when the exhibition industry itself was in a very nascent phase. And which today has grown to become one of the largest standalone electrical exhibition in the world. And it's a great honor to be part of that exhibition. I've done that exhibition for 3 years now. And it's a great honor. We also have started since 2015. We started 2 new exhibitions. One is on power distribution side, which we do in Bombay, and once we did it at IEML also in 2017. So that's a very focused exhibition on power distribution, and another concurrent show on the building electrical system. So electrical system is going to the buildings. That's a new area where we ventured. And the third exhibition which we started, and now it has grown into a big event, is in Calcutta. It's called E3. It's a regional show to that extent, but it has again gained very good traction. And we hope to replicate the same success in the other regions of the country like South and North, since in Bombay we already have another show. So while we are also moving with the times, we are moving into the virtual domain. But as I also completely agree that there is absolutely no comparison at all with the physical show. It is just a filler, so to say, just to bide away time and just to have the whole thing going on, so that there is no stoppage, and we can still meet some requirement of our member companies and of our exhibitors. At this stage, I would also like to just mention briefly that we are starting our first virtual exhibition in the month of September, which is going to be on the overall theme of Atmanirbhar Bharat. And so with that, we'll kickstart our virtual shows. But nevertheless, I'm looking forward to again the real thing, and I hope that it happens maybe by early next year, when things should be much under control, hopefully, with the vaccine coming in and all. But definitely, I see things becoming quite normal from the next financial year, if not in the Q4 of this financial year. But next financial year, I hope things will be very, very normal, and we look forward to doing Electrama 22 in the physical format. So thank you very much. Thanks, Suraj. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajay-ji. Lastly, we have Mr. Shankar from CII. Shankar-ji, a quick introduction, then we can go to the agenda.
Right. Great, Suraj-ji. Good to see all of you here. As you know, all of you know CII. CII doesn't need introduction. Probably we are just looking. Generally, we do around 50 fairs a year, and this year we are only looking at the desktop calendars and not the calendar of events. So that's a bit of a challenge. So we need to look at how we get back to our physical mode of doing exhibitions. That is very, very important. And more importantly, for the members to see how they can grow the company and how they can do business around. That's very, very, very important. In fact, I'm just finished a meeting with our Trade Fair Council where the industry, champions of the industry, when we were discussing in terms of how do we get back to the physical mode of the entire trade fair scenario. So that is one of the discussions. And more importantly, the member engagement and getting them on board. So with this brief introduction, over to you, Suraj-ji.
Thank you, Shankar. We also have Mr. Prashant Vats from IPAMA. Prashant, a few words, then we can start.
A very warm good afternoon to all of you. My name is Prashant Vats, and I am from IPAMA, Association of Printing, Packaging, Machinery Manufacturers. And basically, we are the organizer of Printpack India, which is the biggest exhibition on graphic art industry. And my president, Mr. Dayakar Reddy, has already given the brief about the association and the future plans. So that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prashant. See, from one industry, one point of view, I feel everybody feels that physical exhibitions should start at the earliest. And that is why IEIA, its advocacy committee, are all getting together with our esteemed association and council members to do a think tank that how to push the government to announce the dates. So we would request all of you to give your opinions on these three major questions. Nidhi, if you could share the screen again. We need your specific advice on how together as one industry, one voice, we should tackle these three things. Nidhi, if you could share the screen. So we would request you to tell us, as exhibitions are your core business generators for your association, by when you visualize starting of your exhibitions, your suggestions on how we can try to impress on the national, state governments and regional governments on that they should give us permissions. And the third question is how to get the confidence back in the physical exhibitions. I would request that if Mr. Raghavan from ACME could give views first. Raghavanji, what do you think should be the next way forth? How Tamil Nadu government can be impressed upon, and what support we can jointly do to see that Tamil Nadu government is able to tell everyone that exhibitions are safe and good to go.
Yes, we have to write a letter. We have been taking up the matter with the government. But right now, the Chennai Trade Center, which is the place where we do the exhibitions, is now a COVID center, COVID quarantine center. And I was told that they have blocked the halls right up to September end. And with no light anywhere in the near future, we just don't know when they are going to first allow the halls to be opened. So I think we have to take some action immediately to see that the Chennai Trade Center comes back to normalcy first. And the other part is that everybody knows that physical exhibition is the only best way to develop business. And we have been telling the state government, of course, to the central government also, Let us hope that there is a better appreciation of the need to open the exhibitions. What is more important is the classification. Right now you are being put as events on the mass gathering. At least they should say business events are separate from the other events. So once that distinction is made, we should be able to progress much faster. So I think the IEA must take up this immediately.
And sir, we would also need your support in coming times to tell us the key contact points in Tamil Nadu government, where we can file representations, and we would really urge if we can do a consolidated strategy where everybody pushes the state government in Tamil Nadu to give us a date.
Absolutely, absolutely. Main issue is, as I told you, the Chennai Trade Fair is the only main exhibition hall in Chennai. It was organized like in Delhi. So if they don't open the exhibition, and it is what has happened right now.
And sir, since Coimbatore is also emerging in exhibitions.
Coimbatore is also a COVID center, quarantine center, but they have one advantage. And right now only one hall is occupied. At least the other halls are available. If there's a permission, they can hold the exhibitions. There it is very difficult. Chennai is very difficult.
Rakesh, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I think Raghavanji very rightly said that the B2B exhibitions are to be very specifically segregated from the general exhibition. Definitely no need to mention the B2C, but the B2B should be in the focus. That's the one. And the second, while writing to the state government, each association has also to write to MHA, because ultimately unlock guideline will come from MHA, which generally the state follows. There are some states who are even going beyond that. But I think the guideline from MHA is also very important. So wherever you write, you have to write one letter to the MHA, letter to the Ministry of Commerce in center here, and the letter to your state government, emphasizing the need, which we definitely Raghavanji mentioned. Second, the number of exhibitor generating the total business, quantum of business, and also the employment generation through exhibition in that area. So I think each one has to give their special emphasis on their core sector, copy to IIA, so that at the end of it, we can prepare a report. So by the 15th or 18th, we have to submit that kind of a report. I think this way everyone has to discuss. Right. Please, Surajji, take it forward.
Suraj.
Thank you, Rakeshji. Sanjay ji, as you mentioned, you have been doing events in Delhi, Varanasi.
Surajji, can I just?
Ravinder ji, over to you.
Surajji, sorry to interrupt. I just want to, Rahul Sahab, I just want to carry forward to what Rakesh ji has said. That we will provide you the exact contact details of who to address these messages to in Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Home Affairs, PMO's office, and this applies not just to ACME, but to all of you over here. CEPC, IMA, FICCI, PAMA, PhD, everybody. So it will be a consorted, consorted, precise, firm, polite message going from the industries associations to the correct people. So the exact information in a day or so, Nidhi will be sending to all of you as to who to address these messages to, and also some guidelines in terms of statistics. For example, Rakesh ji in his opening address mentioned we've actually lost, on the whole, if you see, 3 lakh crores, if you see the multiplier effect of your members also. So these guidelines will also be given and shared with all the associations, all of you, I think by maybe tomorrow, in a day or so, in a couple of days. So you know exactly who to address the messages to, and in some way, some guidelines as to what message has to be conveyed.
Just for example, Ravindraji, in our case, in handicraft case or Sanjay ji carpet case, what we are doing, we are writing to PMO, we are writing to MHA, and the concerned joint secretary in MHA also, then the Ministry of Commerce, and even our administrative ministry, that is the Ministry of Textile, and the administrative officer in the ministry who is the concerned joint secretary. as well as the exhibition venue where we hold this particular exhibition. In case of carpet, it is Varanasi, so we can also write the Principal Secretary Industry in Government of UP. So in our case also, for if we are doing exhibition in Greater Noida, so we are also endorsing copy over there. So the content-wise, our industry has suffered like anything. In my each exhibition, we have 3,250 exhibitors, and altogether in every exhibition we have over 9,000 crore business that we transact, and around 4 million artisans are directly affected in our case. And so in case of carpet, maybe around 2 million, I think that Sanjay will let you know.
Yes.
In handicraft sector, around 7 million artisans are engaged. So that livelihood is also affected. So I think if we give all these ballpark figure, whatever we have, and the content relevant to us, that way will make some impact. And later on, definitely we have to club it together. CI, FICCI, SOCHM, Electrama, IPMA, Plasvision, they have to play a major role because their voice is greater and they have a bigger numbers with them. Yeah. Surajji, please.
Just to add you, sir, we have to also figure out the foreign exchange earning. That will impact more. Like we are having around 1.75 billion of the export. So that will impact in big way if we are highlighting this thing.
Yeah, correct. Surajji, please.
Yeah, Sanjay ji, that's a great suggestion of even impacting that our industry is the net generator of foreign exchange.
Yeah.
Sir, any other suggestions you may have in how?
And Dayakarji has specifically mentioned very rightly how to achieve the 5 trillion GDP. That I think is a very, very valid point Dayakarji has mentioned.
We can also mention, sir, like in 18-19, our export gone to 1.75 billion, and in 19-20, it has came down to 1.5 billion, you can say. And how it is due to the COVID, we have gone behind. So we have to put more marketing effort to achieve our target for the next year, so that our export basket will increase in big way. So
Surajji, please.
Thank you, Sanjay.
Suraj,
Three
please.
suggestions on this. Sir, we would also be seeking your support in writing to ministry in UP and your handicraft ministry, the way Rakesh ji has said.
No, we will write to UP, we will write to JNK, we can write to Delhi also, because our one show in Delhi also, and we are having one show in Maharashtra, so we can write to Maharashtra also, and central government, of course, we will be writing.
And sir, as mentioned earlier, IAI will give draft letters with suggestive guidelines so that one industry, one voice can be depicted very strongly. Thank you, Sanjay ji. We have Mr. Bala Subramanian from us, from Indian Machine Tool Manufacturers Association. Bala is also the president of Indian Exhibition Industry Association. Bala, if you could just give us your suggestions from IMTEX's point of view. Bala, are you there?
I'm sorry. Good afternoon once again. My apologies for being a little late because I just moved from another meeting room to another meeting room. I'm on the go elsewhere out of the office, not in the office. So my apologies once again, and thank you for everyone for joining. From IMTB, what we have done is basically, like Mr. Rakesh ji mentioned, we have also gone ahead and reached out to the state government. And in that case, apart from mentioning, like we have included both the aspects, both being IMTEX being our own show, which has been affected, and also with BIC, which is being our venue, which has been hosting a lot of events, and with the loss of the exhibitions. So we also incorporated details such as what is the employment generation BIC does in a year, how much it does it, and what are the kind of revenue economic ripple effect that it creates for the state as well as the center, what kind of tax which goes into the state government and also to the central government. So we have really calculated based on the economic activity with the exhibition industry follows in the model. And we have also highlighted what kind of tax, what kind of employment generation, what kind of ripple effect which has been missing. So these are the certain things which we have already done with the state government. We have sent it to the industry minister. We have sent it to the principal secretary. We have sent it to the chief secretary. So these are the certain things which we have been doing, both representing both IMTMA and BIC. So this is something which I can say. Do you want me to cover this all at the moment, Suraj, or you can do it when my turn comes?
Your turn is there right now, Bala.
Oh, is it? Okay. So coming to your first point, what's expecting during, in terms of your thought process or maybe the gut feeling when you said, of course, we were all thinking that probably during the Unlock 3.0, we would have some kind of coming for our turn for the exhibition industry. Of course, that expectation was there, but it didn't do it. It didn't come through. But of course, we are keeping our fingers crossed, and probably we should hear something coming from the Unlock 4.0, because we thought probably since the mall has been already, in terms of there is a go-ahead for the malls, and there has been allowing interstate traveling of people as well as the goods. So we're pretty confident that probably during Unlock 4.0, we should be having some kind of news coming our way, and that's very, very hopeful. Coming to the second question, what you mentioned, how to catch up the attention of the central and the state government. Of course, individually, every organizer can play the role in terms of whatever they have been suffering in terms of to the state government, as well as copy to the IEA on the ongoing initiative which IEA is doing it. We could do that on an individual basis also. I'm sure, we IMTMA represent the Department of Heavy Industries, the part of the industry. So we've been constantly in touch with them on the impact it had on the manufacturing industry, impressive on what kind of impact it had on industry, and exhibition, how exhibition plays an important role. If you see in the exhibition industry, everybody, most of them, and MSME plays a very important role. So how MSME, unlike any other corporates, for MSME, how important exhibition it is. So that point also, if that could be highlighted in a way, it'll probably add some value, or maybe it becomes little strengthen the case to the state government. And then highlight the revenue laws, the state and the central, like the way I have mentioned in the letter that we have sent it to the state government. We have clearly mentioned what kind of revenue laws the state has undergone due to the non-shows to the central government and the state government. That is one part we will. Of course, employment generation, Mr. Rakesh has already mentioned. So that's on the second point. And the third point is, how do you bring back the confidence back? I think for this, we will have to have a very holistic approach and a 360-degree approach, because it's not something we have to bring a confidence to one particular stakeholder. The entire value chain of the exhibition industry involved, be it exhibitions organizers, exhibitor, visitors, contractors. So we have to have a very holistic 360-degree approach, and we have to work on some kind of confidence building measure. We have to do some kind of campaign that we've already done it. I think probably we're almost on the track in terms of building that confidence into the stakeholders. So that kind of thing has to be done. We will have to involve from the association can also be done it, but individually every organizer can connect with their exhibitors, connect with their visitor, a database that we have, connect with their contractors, and do a separate kind of activity and campaign to how do we build confidence in terms of what are the precautionary measures whenever an exhibition is going to happen. Like the SOP, I'm sure we have the industry SOP already with us. So can we share the SOP to the entire stakeholders, bring them into the confidence, and do some kind of social media campaign also, so that we're in a constant hampering of the thing is already done, so that when they feel, okay, whenever the show is going to happen at whichever location it is, the organizers and the venue are taking utmost care in terms of precautionary measures. So that kind of campaign can continue to do it, apart from the individual aspects in every organizer or a venue or an association. I'm sure being in the position of a sectorial associations, we can play a very, very important role in connecting with the central government as well as the state government. And along with that, we can also be a part of whatever initiative which IE has done it. That will definitely strengthen the case, the way forward for everyone to go. That's it from my side, Suresh. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bala. Shankar, CII is doing several events all over India and all across the world. And we feel that CII can play a very important role in convincing the government in taking the decisive steps. So any suggestions, plans by CII?
In fact, that's part of our agenda. We just finished a meeting with the Trade Fair Council. So first is we are trying to see how do we get back the economy into the full-fledged mode. So that is one of the reasons we just had a meeting to arrive at what are the things, because one of the critical factor is, like Bala said, one is the venue should be one of the things which we are currently focusing is on the environment, health and safety. As long as we have a very clear guidelines from the venue authorities that these things are done, so we are able to push it together through the membership to see how we can work. And the second challenge is the overseas visitors or the overseas exhibitors. So we just were waiting for the guidelines to see how we can do that one. Because if you look at most of our shows, whether it is our XCon or IMME or IETF or Auto Expo, we have a quite a large chunk of people who are coming from various parts of the globe. So this is something we are trying to see how we can do. It's not only exhibitions, we are also have to do various other parallel activities with these as industry association. We'll have to build up a lot of various parallel activities for these people who are coming to boost the investments into India. So that's one of the critical areas where we are trying to see how we can do and we are also trying to see, because like all of us are right now meeting virtually, but how long this will go on unless we sit across the table and see what best could be done. So that's very important for all of us to see. When do we sit across the table and do the business? That will be possible only when the shows open. In fact, we are sort of gung-ho about it. We've been working how do we get started with the physical format of the exhibitions. Like we also know that couple of centers like from Chennai Trade Center, they were talking about couple of venues becoming a COVID center. So that is something that we need to build confidence amongst the exhibitors and the visitors who are coming to the venue also. They shouldn't have a feeling that, okay, this venue has been a COVID center and is it safe? So that is something the venue authorities have to give the confidence to the people and for the organizers also to say that we are completely safe for everything to happen, because only then we can also go back and say that this venue is completely safe to operate. And that is something we really have to work and come back with a very solid statement that things are safe, things are moving ahead, and industry has to because currently at this point of time, industry has hit the rock bottom, and it has to bounce back. And we as industry association, we as organizers, we have to create the buoyancy for the entire activity to as a springboard for all of these companies. In fact, we are still deliberating in terms of February 2021 to do our IETF and Pragati Maidan. We just had a meeting. We are gung-ho about doing it, but we're just waiting for all these the focus in terms of environment, safety, and hygiene. As long as we are sort of completely comfortable, only then we can go back to the membership and say, come on, all of these things have been taken care of it. So let's get back. So those are certain guidelines. We're just waiting to say that only then we are able to move ahead. And most importantly, for the international community, we have to tell them things are fine here. India is safe for you to come and travel to India. So as long as we are able to get the guidelines on as soon as possible, then that is the way when we can pass on to the membership to say how best we can involve them. So those are certain things. So we need to work on these areas. Also, the government has to give us the confidence. It's not only the industry association. Government has to give a confidence. Only then the international community will look into it. Like when they're issuing visa, they should not hold it, or these are certain things that people should not be scared to travel. So that confidence has to come from the industry. We have done a couple of representation to the Ministry of Commerce, and we will continue to do that. And probably one from IAA, like we have to tell them what is the total volume or what is the total business of the entire sector per se. Like Bala was talking about the entire fraternity. So we need to look at or Sanjay was talking about the foreign exchange. There are a lot of things which is involved. The entire ecosystem has to be presented in a larger holistic picture to the government to say that, come on, we have to bounce back. So only then this will move. And also MSME are one of the most affected during this point of time. So how do we push with the MSME ministry to say that, can you push and say that this could give a boost to the MSME across the country? And the next challenging factor is the startups today, because most of the startups are VC funded or funded through various other sources. So can we go to the DAPP and say, come on, these are the list of companies who are registered under the Startup India scheme. So what are we doing? Can we do a platform? So let government also join us in stating that, okay, these are shows we are going to do, whether for MSME or exclusively for startups, to boost their morale and also boost the economy. So probably we should also get the support of the ministry as co-organizers. So this will actually boost the entire morale of this sector as we parallelly work with the industry, as we parallelly work with the membership of various industry associations. So we need to get the buy-in of the government to say that we are joining hands with these industry associations or with these organizers to do the show and to give the positive note to the industry. Probably these are my views from my side.
Yeah, thank you, Shankar. End of the day, this is what IAA also is pushing to all the associations to tell the ministry and government that announce the date in view of the various security factors involved. Gurvinderji,
Surajji, just 1 minute. Surajji, if I can just add. Thank you, Mr. Shankar, for the CII stand on this. Yesterday itself, we had a meeting of all venue providers. And in fact, as far as the compliance is concerned, all venue providers are, in fact, they are ready to do all compliances. In fact, they are ready with the compliances. And if there's a need, I think we can have a small committee of a few of the association or the organizers who can just visit these venues and see that how the compliance is going to be done. So that that can also be endorsed over there. That industry is ready, the venues are ready as far as the compliance is concerned. Second, I would just request, is it possible if CI, FICCI, SOCHM, PSD, or other chambers, even our IPAMA, other association body, all together in a very short notice can bring out a small white paper, a quick white paper about the loss of the total business due to the exhibition, not holding the exhibition, and also the loss of the expected business that is about to come to India, and now exhibitions are already on in China, and that business is now going to shift there. And also the loss of employment with that. So if you can have some quick survey on that, some kind of a quick questionnaire can be circulated and that can be prepared. And third point, which is very important, if the president of all of these chambers, you all are mighty chambers because the government listen you very sincerely. So president of the chamber should write to the highest office in the government, cabinet secretary, prime minister of India, and that level you have to voice the concern. That is also another point. So these are just merely a suggestion. In due course of time, you can just consider this suggestion. Thank you. Yeah, Suraj, please.
Thank you, Rakeshji. These are brilliant suggestions. I'm sure all our esteemed associations can contribute towards a quick white paper. It can definitely make the government notice what needs to be done ahead. Gurvinderji, as EPC works very closely with Ministry of Commerce, some of your viewpoints on how the exhibition industry could impress on them to give us a date?
Thank you, Surajji. In fact, we are also planning to look at March for our forthcoming event, and we really hope that things should be okay by that time. We all have heard that things are not in a good shape, even for the industry, even for us. The most important thing which I feel, though our event is a little bit far away, is building the confidence in the people in getting back the physical exhibition. I feel that after a month, the way the things are, or with so many representations by the chambers and all, we'll be able to get back into the physical exhibition, if not by a month, 2 months, or 3 months. But the most important thing is getting confidence in the entire value chain, because all of us will be affected with that. Even if you're planning an event in March or even next year, foreigners, the international buyers, the international exhibitors, it is very difficult. We know how we have been dealing with Europeans from a long time. They will be very skeptical. So I just have a suggestion and wanted to move in this forum is that once we give this request, apart from that, can we do at least something together as, you know, a one association, a confidence building measure with following all things. Maybe we all have to leave our interests and come together and demonstrate in one event. You know, writing is fine. We'll be writing to the ministers, to the highest level and everything. But we should come to them and say, look, this is one thing which we want to do for the entire MSME sector, for the large sector. One common program. I know it's not easy it's easier saying, but not easy to do. But one measure we can do, we can start, because this is how we will start. Otherwise, we all will do an effort. It will come back. but that confidence has to come back into a value chain, what Bala suggested. So everybody, and then it will be kind of a show for the government to say, look, this is how the industry is planning, this is how the things are moving back. So I don't know, on the forum, I can say if we can look at something doing together, everyone, and then demonstrate. And writing, of course, we are writing to the ministry. We really hope the thing should move. And it's a loss I think everybody has shared. There's a multiple effect of the loss we are facing in the engineering sector also. Our major exports are from the MSME sector, which are really hit. And supply chains are hit. In some states, they are not opening. The unit, in spite of being open, they are not able to function. So that is one part. Second part is building confidence. Once that confidence comes into the industry, our suppliers, our other people, I think that is really required. So that's my suggestion. We can discuss and we can plan something together, everyone, and demonstrate to the government, to industry, to international chambers that look, we are opening, we are following all the things. It's for B2B, and then it'll automatically, then it'll have a ripple effect. Everybody will get benefit of it. This is a suggestion, Surajji. Thank you.
Thank you, Gurvinder.
Bala here. Suraj, I'll just come in and just mention this. It was a brilliant suggestion from Gurvinder. And when we, as Mr. Akiji mentioned, that we had a very good meeting with all the venue owners a couple of days before. And this particular idea of concept was also discussed. And we said probably if ITPO can steer this initiative, and if a small event, a sample event could be held at ITPO,
yes,
leadership of ITPO, it would be very good for the government to get convinced in terms of considering all the SOPs or the different guidelines, and we could demonstrate how the entire SOP would work in a scenario when an exhibition happens. So this thought is, of course, very well taken, and this was also discussed. And probably we are also, this is as part of our action plan, and I think we can work towards it, and we can see if we can do this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bala. Balwinder ji, are you free to give your comments? If Balwinder is still busy, Kunal, if you would like to add something on FICCI's behalf.
Yes, Suraj. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, Suraj. So this refers to your three questions. First of all, yes, we are positive that the exhibitions would open by early next year, if not in the last quarter this year. But yes, next year, early first quarter, it should open up with the vaccines in place and everything in place. Public should have the confidence, so it would open up. Second, when we say that national and the state economy or the other governments have to be involved, so FICCI is already working with government on several projects and for various webinars. So at various platforms, we have already mentioned this point. There are certain SOPs being formed by Ministry of Commerce that is being again discussed with the concerned ministries, that is Ministry of Health, Ministry of Tourism, and MHA obviously. So wherever our inputs are required, we are obviously already giving that, and we are ready to extend our support with this platform also, and with the association of this, the association that you guys are carrying on. It is a very good effort, I must say. So we are ready to extend all letters, all supports, and various representations that are going to happen. So FICCI is happy to be a part of it. The third question that says that the physical exhibitions, how to bring back that confidence, that would obviously come once government announces certain SOPs and certain measures, and it is announced by the government that as the exhibitions are going on in China, Germany, it is opening up here also. So with the various SOPs in place, public would be aware that the standard operating procedures are there, these safety norms are being followed by the exhibitors, organizers, the venue providers. So once those measures are in place, as our malls are opening up, as PVRs are opening up, similarly exhibitions have to open up. The virtual space is just for the time being because there was no other option. So physical space cannot be replaced. So this is what all we can say. Thank you, Suraj.
All of us do believe that this is what we should do. All of us are eagerly looking towards physical exhibitions. Friends, Shankar has to go for another meeting. So thank you, Shankar, for attending this session. We are going to use your brain again soon. Thank you very much, Shankar. Friends, Mr. Sunil Jain also has another appointment. So Mr. Jain, if you'd like to say something before your next meeting starts. Mr. Sunil Jain, please.
Thank you, Surajji. I think a lot has been talked about how to convince the exhibition. There has to be a concerted effort to convince the exhibitors as well. So I come from a fraternity. We are organizers in Plast India, but I am also an exhibitor in major events as a company from Raju Engineers. So I think there needs to be a concerted effort to convince the exhibitors to come in. Yes, exhibitors do know that it's a chicken and egg situation, that if you have to participate in exhibitions to increase your business, but to be able to convince the exhibitors, especially as Vikram rightly said, when you are in the midst of a very precarious balance sheet, there needs to be an effort. So when you approach the government, probably there could be a suggestion of how even exhibitors can be financially supported so that the total cost of exhibition comes down. That's point number one. And cost of exhibition, when I talk about, it's not only for the government, even the exhibition organizers should look at it, that to make it more attractive for the exhibitors to come in. And point number two is, probably this is the right forum. There needs to be a consolidation. There needs to be a consolidation of exhibitions. For example, if in one industry 4 or 5 exhibitions are being held, people need to come together to hold a specific event for that particular industry, pool in the resources, so even there is a less burden on the exhibitors. So these are the 2 points which I had to make. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jain. These are very valid suggestions. I'm sure industry will deliberate upon them. And organizations such as NSIC and MSME are also working towards giving incentives to exhibitors to participate. IAI can also give you certain guidances on how to take these grants. May I now request Mr. Ajay Mahajan from IMA to give his view, please. Ajay ji.
Yeah. So we certainly believe, as I said in my introduction, that the physical exhibition should be back on its feet definitely by the first quarter of next year. Hopefully by last quarter of this year, but definitely by next quarter, the first quarter of next financial year. As to the other 2 questions, frankly, I feel they are not that relevant. I don't think the confidence has gone away from physical exhibitions per se. The confidence has definitely gone from being present in an environment there were too many people as of now. Exhibitors, visitors, wherever we've spoken to them, they are eagerly looking forward to physical exhibition, but little worried about what will happen if they come together in an environment where there are too many people. So that is the real concern, which I feel that once the things become better, we have a vaccine, or we achieve whatever that magic word called immunity, hyper immunity is achieved, things will look much better. But nevertheless, my point is that as an association, we also have very good relations with the Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Power, of course, Ministry of Heavy Industries, Ministry of MSME, and we interact with them on a daily basis virtually, and we can put our might behind the plan that we are putting together of approaching the ministries. But of course, if you're looking at some relief immediately, then we have to be prepared with a documented steps that we're going to take to mitigate the risk of infection happening when a physical exhibition happens. So our plan has to be short-term, medium-term, and long-term. So if you're looking at, let's say, government allowing exhibitions from 1st of October, then we have to give them that confidence that what plan do we have to ensure that this will not lead to a lot of infections increasing. So we should go prepared with that. And I really do believe that governments, be it central, state, are fully cognizant of the fact that exhibitions are very, very important. Right now, they are mired with this a big problem of infections increasing on a daily basis. So therefore, this has been put on a bit of a back burner. But if we go with well-documented suggestions and plan, I think they will take our suggestions very well. So I, on behalf of WIMA, can tell you that we are fully supportive and we'll back you fully. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajay-ji. As Rakesh-ji mentioned, the venues have already geared up to give a safe and secure event going ahead. And a combined approach with leading associations to do mega events along with venues can quickly convince the government in saying that the industry is ready for it. And as our president mentioned, a place like ITPO where we can do a demo event can also make a big positive impact. But as one industry, one voice, we will work towards it, and at the right time seek your help in making this activity happen as well.
Surajji, just to add one point, in fact, we have to tell the ministry or whoever we are approaching, okay, that as we everywhere we are, hearing that COVID is going to be the way of life. We have to live with COVID, anyhow with your precaution. So similarly, we have to organize the exhibition with precaution, and in coming day, whenever the things will be normal, the things will be in that way also. So we have to, in fact, we have to develop the confidence among the players also. Everybody has to walk with precaution and physical. There is no alternative of physical prayer, I can say in one word. Thank you.
I think Surajji, a small point for the present IAA, Mr. Bala. I think we can also request IAA to prepare a small video film of 2 minutes about do's and don'ts requirement. Already SOPs have been done in a form of a film, a small video film, maybe maximum 3 minutes, exhibitors, organizers, and the venue. And a complete auto demo kind of a thing is there, where all 3 exercises are done at a venue, and it is well shooted, and that can be circulated amongst all. I think that can also be part of the confidence building, that exercise if we can do. And also the venue provider, venue organizer should also have a separate demo video with them, that what exactly they are doing within the venue. A complete SOP exercise, they should record it, and then they can also load either on their website or they can provide it to IAE. That is just another confidence building measure that we can do. Please.
Rakeshji, these are great suggestions. I think we should enumerate a list of CBMs and then try to make more visual impact on the government on these videos.
Thank you, Rakeshji. We'll work on this.
Yeah, this is a great suggestion, sir. May I now request our team from IPAMA to give their views. Mr. Reddy, Mr. Vats, what are your suggestions for this?
Yeah. Hi, once again, Dayakar Reddy from IPAMA. First of all, I would seconded Mr. Rakeshji. Yes, a demo is required. IEIA should do it with SOPs, what we were planning to do it. That is very important. And I also agree with Mr. Ajay Mahajan, IMA, because there is absolutely there is a confidence on physical exhibitions across visitors or exhibitors. We have been talking to many day-to-day basis. And I will also agree with Sunil Jainji, the cost of exhibition. For your information, IPAMA had the same prices from almost 2015 to till today. And our show next 2021 would be cheaper than last year in 2019. So being a pioneers association, we are not a private players who are doing it for profit sake. We are all doing it for our own industry sake. So my suggestion to all the industry associations, please do recalculate your prices. We are also organizer, and I know what is the price comes per square meter. So you will not believe what price we are selling at our price. We quoted 8,000, 9,000. But end of the day, you know, who's a member of 10 years above, our transfer price per square meter is 4,600 bucks. So very much possible. And these difficult times, yes, each and every association's members are MSMEs. We should definitely consider our price factors, and that's how we are convincing our exhibitors. We have been saying, you know, in sense, I spoke to Sarkarji also about a couple of months back. We are going to offer, if at all it's required, we may ask our members to pay 50% now, 50% after 6 months. So that trust we have to build in our exhibitors, then we can definitely bring back the exhibition's glory back. And secondly, we have been talking many things. You know, you all know, none government has done anything to any sector, not whether it's a big or small. They've only said, yes, 20 lakh crores from the banks, you take it. No, that we have been doing since 72 years, 70 to 75 years, we have been opting loans from the financial institutions. We have been doing the same now. So we cannot expect many financial supports from government, especially the industry association. I would urge all the industry association, recalculate your prices. Now, IEIA, what you have to do is, you have to make separate requests, B2B and B2C. If we are trying to do everything in one basket, definitely that is going to be very heavy. So let us start with the B2B, then we go for the B2C. So you all know, you know, when we talk about B2C, there's a huge crowd. So let us take approvals for B2B first, then we go to the BTC. So I hope this is my suggestion. And what we can do through IEA, we can have a individual request to the government of MHA, because that is the key association, key department wherein, you know, most of the governments, most of the states, 80% of across the country is following MHA guidelines only. So if we can crack MHA, rest everything is easy for us. What we can do, we can have a common mail, common representation to MHA, like how we did it in our printing and packaging industry. We united 15 different associations, machine, manufacturer, converter, everything. Then we have given our request to the PMO when pandemic has started in April. So we can even try that also. You know, probably IEIA must have support of 70, 80 associations or trade fair organizers. We can give them with their logos, and the content is when we compile all those data. That makes a big impact on MHA and the government of India. Thank you.
Diakarji, a very perfect suggestion. I think this is the way we can really make an impact. Certainly.
Yeah.
All of us have to follow the same way. Exactly. We have to bring everybody on the board of our sectors.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is the way we have to move everybody. And I think you have to do quickly, so we can also show to others your copy of yours. So everybody have to move around.
Yeah.
Surajji, please take it forward.
Surajji, if I may, Reddy ji?
Yes, sir.
If we are all on the same page on both the very, very valid points which you have made. Number one, B2B. We are all focusing only on B2B. Okay. And MHA, and we are telling, so we are on the same page on that.
Okay.
Right? And that is where even, like Bala said, we had a meeting just a few days ago, and ITPO is taking that forward on that basis. Number two, what you had suggested, all the associations going out, that is the reason why we are all here today. Right? The only difference, small difference here is that rather than we collectively just put everything on one, we would like these 15 to 20 major associations multiplied into their membership, which would come to maybe 10 lakhs, you know, in my very, very elaborate estimation. So the purpose is not just 15 messages go. We want lakhs of messages to go in different media to the correct people. Thirdly, as I said earlier also, we will be providing you with the exact context where it should be hit, where it should be heard, where it should be seen. That will come to you within the next couple of days.
It's perfect.
But last thing, sorry, one more thing. Sunilji made a very important thing. He made a mention that he's there also, he's there in his capacity as Plast India and as an exhibitor, right? That is very important. We must involve each and every member. They must be a part, they're the major stakeholder, let's not forget, end of the day. So their involvement is also a must. Their voice is a must.
Same thing in my case also, Setiji. You know, I've been a exhibitor in Printpack from the 20 years. So most of the association elected president would be a member of that association. So he would also be a exhibitor in that. So it's in most of the association, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Can I suggest one thing, sir? If we can, while submitting our request, if we can publicize to the media also, we can incorporate media, then our voice will be much, wider, reaching there to in the corridor of the power.
Sanjay, that is a part of plan. Sanjay, that is a part of plan. I think once we listen everybody, after that we'll let you know the step by step. The media is just at the last phase. That means somewhere between 16 to 20 of August. So, but by the time our representation, because the paper goes, if something comes in the newspaper, that is not the record for the Babu on the file. Something has to go to feed the file, and that will reach to the Babu table only if we have to send along with the proper data and the proper numbers. And that has to reach to the Babu at the MHA, and also that should be logical with the folded hand. And then the press will definitely be utilized for that. Balwinder ji, वापस आ गए हैं अपना सूरज जी.
हाँ जी, Balwinder ji,
I'm back. Sorry, I had requested my colleague Kunal to be here, so I'm back definitely, and I've been seeing the slides, so I've attended part of it definitely, and I'm with the views of all the people, and definitely we should open up and as soon as possible.
Balwinder ji, like last month, FICCI had come up with suggestions to MHA for opening guidelines. You had created a booklet. We do hope and we urge that you should also include exhibitions as a part of your next printed guideline suggestions to the government.
Sure, sir. Just give us a letter in name of FICCI president, and I shall do the needful.
Okay. So a letter will go to FICCI, President FICCI. We request the President FICCI is to write. The reason, Balwinder will tell you, if we have to, we have to write for 1st September now. No, just Balwinder ji, I just like to elaborate. Although everybody knows about it. But if we say that it has to be opened from 1st of September, that means we will still take another 3 to 4 months as a gestation period. It's not like if they said the mall to be opened from tomorrow, the mall could open because there was no need of anything, any other requirement. If they said cinema hall to be opened tomorrow, that can be opened even just a day after. If they say metro to be opened, buses to be opened, not a problem. But in case of exhibition, if they decide now, then we'll take minimum 3 months. Our gestation period is very high. So I think, and if they tell us something in February, January, then we will not do it in the first quarter. So
fully agree,
it's very important that 1st September, we have to tell them that they should allow us from 1st September so that some demo event is done in September, and then later on, we have to start with the activity. By anyway, some exhibition of October can also be held there. Right. Thank you.
Fully agree, sir. Fully agree with you. I'll do the needful.
अपने प्रेसिडेंट साहब को लो चिट्ठी महाराज कल दिखवा देना
हो जाएगी सर हो जाएगी थोड़ी एक चिट्ठी आएगी मैं अपने आप करा दूंगा
बाकी थैंक यू ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਾਪੀ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਾ
Thank you, Balwinder ji. Naveen ji, as PhD is also one of the national chambers, we also urge you to put your good offices into use and tell PhD also to write on behalf of the industry, on behalf of exhibitors, on behalf of various end users that exhibitions are vital. Your viewpoints on this, Naveen?
Sure, Surajji. Naveen is not there due to connectivity issue. For your information, that we have already sent several recommendations to the ministry, and last week also one of our program was inaugurated, virtual expo on retail sector was inaugurated by Honorable Union Minister of Commerce, Mr. Piyush Goyal, and also Minister of State, Mr. Som Prakash. There also we mentioned that this is only a stopgap arrangement, virtual exhibition, but we are looking forward for their support so that they should open up the way they have allowed several factories to open up. So we are also looking forward that as early as possible, they just open up the economy, create the demand, so that we may also start our virtual exhibition as well as the physical exhibition also. So he also mentioned that, okay, we are looking forward to support you as we always support. So we will be writing to concerned ministry also, like the MHA and the health ministry, like what all is needed to start the economy again, because this is one of the important sector, like virtually is also there, but physical exhibitions also there. So I think whatever letter from IEIA will come, so as per that format, we'll again write to the concerned departments, Ministry of Home, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Commerce, and as we do in events in several states also, so respective state department also will write all these, will send our recommendation that we would like to start exhibition, and hopefully we are looking forward that maybe the November or December onwards, we are looking forward to organize some of the PSD events if physically permitted. So that's what we are looking forward. And also internationally also we are getting good feelers. Like we also participate in several international exhibitions also. So we are we are getting good feelers also, like in Germany, they are opening up and one of the exhibition in January. So we have got the information that what all guidelines they are going to follow. Maybe the area of the stall may not be 9 square meter minimum. They may be 15 or 18 square meter, and the guidelines for visitor and all. So hopefully I think if international exhibitions will open up and also the visitors from India will also be allowed there to visit, the visa and all things are permitted. So we'll be participating overseas also, and likewise from overseas, if the buyers are coming, the visitors are coming here, so they should also be given certain confidence, like they should not be quarantined, they should be properly checked up at the airport, and they will be free to enter into the state after the airport, so that they should not have any fear. So all these things need to be not only the exhibition level, but from that level also, the government has to create certain infrastructure or some checkup at the airport also. So that is also needed, so that buyers should also visit, because exhibition will also be success when we get good number of buyers also. So that is there. So we are getting a good feedback from our members, like they are ready to participate, because they also want that it is for their sector, it is very important for the economy also. So I think they have come out of the fear, but I feel that they are looking forward for the participation in a physical exhibition. And we are agree whatever suggestions submitted by all the organizations. So we'll be at the same pitch with IEIA as well as FICCI, CII, and other chambers and other trade associations. Yeah.
Thank you, Rakesh ji. May I now request Mr. Kailash Murarka to give his views, please. Kailash bhai.
Yeah, thank you very much, Suraj ji. I think most of the viable action plans have been discussed, and I think they all are very wholesome. And जहाँ तक मेरा सवाल है, राकेश जी, आप जानते हैं, आप तो खुद भी बाबू रह चुके हैं, कि बाबुओं की भाषा क्या होती है वो आपको समझ में आता है. मुझे लगता है कि हमको सरकार को जगाने के लिए नंबर्स देने पड़ेंगे, बहुत इम्पोर्टेंटली, that each exhibition is generating how much GST and how much foreign revenue we are collecting, and उसके साथ में जब उनको बताएंगे तो शायद उनकी नींद खुले. अदरवाइज फॉर दिस एग्जीबिशन इंडस्ट्री के growth के लिए we have been knocking door of this government for maybe 10 years, but it is going to, I mean, just I should not be saying. And as far as the support, जैसे सबसे बड़ी बात कही आपने राकेश जी के MSME को support मिलना चाहिए, उसके लिए we have had couple of meetings with Nitin Gadkari ji himself, and with every representation handed over to him publicly, privately, just says okay, we will look at it. But so far we have not even got the acknowledgement of our proposals given to them. So I think we have to present numbers and keep on knocking doors, and I think we will see the strike. एक बहुत important चीज मैं ये बोलना चाहता हूँ अभी, the China sentiments. In many successful exhibitions, China plays a very great role in revenue. I mean, there are a lot of Chinese exhibitors, they participate. Actually, बहुत से exhibitions का तो success story, economy success story depends on Chinese participation. So, अब जिस तरह का Chinese sentiment बन रहा है, I think it is important for our association to understand from government what is going to be their view. You know, tomorrow somebody launches an exhibition, they have got sizable Chinese participants, and suddenly this comes that no Chinese participant is allowed in an exhibition. Just I think Vivo have been forced to withdraw from IPL. So after a whole show is set, suddenly this kind of government regulation or government advisory comes, it is going to be very difficult. So it is important for all of us to understand what is the stand of government. It will give a good, help and to plan the future exhibition. So जहाँ तक government को साझा representation देना है, हमारा association All India Plastic Manufacturers Association is also very much of the same opinion, and the fact is कि जहाँ तक CII और FICCI वगैरह हैं, उनके शायद ज़्यादा सुनवाई हो, तो उनके representation के साथ में हम लोग सब साथ हैं. We are ready to support and give whatever representation required from our exhibitors and our members. And I think we should try, it should work. That's it from me. Thank you.
Very valid point, Mr. Murarka. Very valid points.
Yep.
Rakesh ji, thank you so much. Thanks for this. As you rightly mentioned, we also done this exercise in terms of numbers, because number is what strikes the government. So we also worked on this. Of course, I'm talking on behalf of BIC and IMTMA. We worked what are the kind of revenue loss the government has undertaken due to non-exhibitions at the state. So what is lost to the state and what is lost to the central government? We have done some calculation and we have submitted it actually. So that's a very good point. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think, Mr. President, in our IIA Secretariat, we have also to send a format to all the exhibition organizers, just to fill these data, some ballpark figures in terms of the total number of exhibitors, number of the total business booked by the exhibitor in that exhibition, the almost approximate GST or other revenue to the government, and then the employment, total number of employment that is generated because of the total order booked in that vis-a-vis. So that means the loss of that. So just a small format, and that format be circulated to all, so that when we prepare a final paper, so we have to consolidate the figure, and with that number, we can also tell that this industry, this sector has this much loss. And then that paper to be released from the IIA with the help of all the association. Then the final paper, all of us will have to sign together as a joint memorandum has to be signed. But first individually and then collectively. Like our Rakesh and I also mentioned very valid points right now from PSD. So all these points, PSD, CI, individual association, Murarka ji. So बाद में सबका एक लोगो और मोमेंट उसको आने के बाद में सभी का उसके ऊपर आ जाएगा. Thank you.
I have one more point.
We are going towards a very concrete discussion and a solution to the whole situation. And I foresee now a very good representation to the government. But everything has to be set with a timeline, because Unlock 4 is going to be announced by 28th or 29th of this month. So that means timeline has also to be decided. Today is 6th. So by 10th, all associations have to write. And then by 15th, IIA has to consolidate and make a memorandum. And then 15 to 20th is our social media and also the press, individually and collectively both. So something like this, some timeline has to be, some metrics has to be worked out by Nidhi in IIA Secretariat, and then they will forward it to you. Yeah, मुरारका जी कुछ आप कह रहे थे. Sorry, मैंने आपको intervene किया. Please.
Rakesh ji and Mr. President, Balaji, one thing immediately, at least till the time our major representation gets ready, we must write from IAI whatever exhibitions NSIC or MSME had sanctioned the grant and exhibitors have applied for the grant, government has not yet been releasing those funds. So I think in this such a crisis time, it is important that our associations, they write to the government and MSME. Suraj ji, are you aware of this? Mr. Suraj. So,
Suraj, unmute कीजिए, unmute.
Suraj ji.
Sir, I can listen to you, sir.
Yeah. So this government and Ministry of MSME, they have been announcing time to time so many 100,000 lakhs crore subsidy etc. वो उसका कब किसको कैसे मिलेगी भगवान जानता है, लेकिन जो सब्सिडी लेजिटिमेटली अप्रूव की हुई है एमएसएमई द्वारा एग्जीबिशंस में जिन लोग एग्जीबिटर्स ने पार्टिसिपेट कर चुके हैं उसको अगर दिलाने में हम मदद कर पाए तो इट विल बी अ बिग ग्रेट एग्जीबिशन डील एंड हेल्प टू द एग्जीबिटर्स दोज हु हैव पार्टिसिपेटेड एंड इट विल encourage them to participate further.
Thanks for
मुरारका जी, हमने प्रेसिडेंट साहब को रिक्वेस्ट किया है. We are also trying to have one meeting with the Secretary MSME, because our IIA could organize a meeting earlier with Shri Nitin Gadkari ji, Minister MSME. Now a follow-up meeting is required with the Secretary MSME, and I think your point to be needed to be included in that, because Secretary MSME is ultimately the officer concerned, and he's a very effective officer now. He has come from PMO and has joined now as Secretary over there. So our President is definitely going to take care of it. Thank you. Suraj ji, please.
Friends, we also have several members of IIA EC committee with us. May I request them to give their viewpoints? Sudeep ji, would you like to add something to this discussion?
Sudeep is with specific reference to what your venue has prepared in terms of SOPs and how you are going to take it forward.
Sudeep ji, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Thank you. Would you like to give me the complete detail of the SOPs that we have prepared?
No, just a sketch, just in general, because there was a question, so I think it's better you respond to that with some of the facts. Not so long, it's already 5:45, right?
Yes. Here, I have shared a document with Yogesh ji sometime back, 2 weeks back, because that first show that we are, hoping greatly to start with, and that's with a bang, and that bang is none other than CPHI, and that's one of the largest show happening annually with India Expo Mart, and we have heavily drawn from the various other shows that are happening with us, especially from EPCH and from Messe Munich. I must say here, friends, that I'm very highly motivated with the way the EPCH and the MMI has done their events. What they have done, I'm specifying this specific to the Expo Mart venue, because the events have happened here, and I'm not saying as a vice president now, I'm saying as a CEO of IML. So what we have done, the general views have already been shared with IIA as the standardized measures. But if I come to the venue, these are my specific measures that we have taken. What we have done, there are 12 entry-exit gates, and we have specified 6 gates for the visitor entry and 2 gates for the logistics entry and 2 entries for the exhibitors entry. Now, once they park, till the parking, all the gates have specific mats on which the vehicle goes through. That's the first stage of desanitization or desalinization. Once they park, then when they come near to the building, we have covered the entire periphery of entry to the various halls and to the main building by through a barricading, which is a see-through barricading, and those barricadings have got 8 gates. Now, once you come to that gate, you will get one mask. If you are already carrying a mask, fine, you can carry your mask. But at the gate, there is again a footstep and a foot mat where your shoes will be desalinized, and then you will get a temperature check. and you will get a automatic hand sanitizer over there. And then and of course you will then move to the next stage to get your automatic registration done, either through the barcode or through your registration badges already created by the exhibition organizers. And this is mandatory for the organizer, for the visitor, for the exhibitor, and for the logistics supply providers. So in a sense, we have created two checks, one from the main gate and one before entering to the halls. And while you are entering to the halls, we are keeping a record of how many people are entering the hall, so that at any given point of time, depending upon the kind of area that exhibition is occupying, we will keep a record of the number, so that the number does not increase a particular number, that is approximately 5,000 per hall as of now, what we have taken for a 6,250 square meter hall. This is part A. Part B we have taken is, whosoever is taking, let's say, 6,250 square meter space, that is the specific one hall in our IML. If there are no other parallel exhibitions happening, which most probably is not happening, we are giving them double the space, so that they can space out their entire exhibition in a manner, so that the number of entries of exhibitors, visitors, and logistics, including the venue administration, can spread out over a good area and with a controlled number of persons. Third, the entire entry and exit has been marked with steps, so that there is a unidirectional movement of the exhibitors, visitors, and service providers into the hall, and then again exit of the hall in one direction. So these are and of course there are multiple signages at every 10 to 15 meters, so that you keep reminding that not to touch things, and in case if you are touching it, then you have to sanitize your hands. And in case if you are feeling uneasy about, we are not able to go through those meters for everyone's oxygen check. But if you are not feeling easy, then there are multiple medical desks. Multiple medical desks we are creating, around 4 of them, with one isolation room and one specific ambulance for the person to be evacuated as and when it happens. Now these are the measures. The measures that the sanitation of venue, every host outside and inside.
Sir, you are not audible.
Sir, Sudeep ji, not audible. Yeah.
आपका voice break कर रहा है.
These are the measures, measures that we have taken. And we have created this document with this. So these procedures are now in place.
ठीक है सुदीप, thank you very much. Well done, very well explained. I think just one thing that to be for added by all the organizers and the venue provider both, because the government is emphasizing more on the Arogya Setu app. So I think in all our SOPs we have to emphasize on the Arogya Setu app for both all the visitors, service provider people, and the exhibitors. So I think that is the one point that all have to see in our SOPs to be added. And because we are pre-registering our exhibitor, so we can get to know about them pre-registered exhibitor more about it, and even their Arogya Setu app status also. That's all. So, Surajji, I think you take it forward quickly because time left is very short. Please.
So, Gauravji, would you like to add something, Mr. Gaurav Juneja? I think Gaurav is not around. Sonia ji, would you like to
unmute करो Gaurav ji, unmute कर लो.
Gaurav ji,
unmute कीजिए.
Gaurav, we cannot hear you. Gaurav ji, we cannot hear you.
योगेश जी भी होंगे, जरा उनको देखो सूरज जी.
सबको बुला रहे हैं.
Sonia.
Sonia ji, if you would like to add something.
Yes, I think it's been an absolutely wonderful meeting today. We had a great
Loud. Sonia, a bit loud.
Thank you, Rakesh ji, first of all, steering this meeting, and thank you, the IEIEC. I think today was a very, very fruitful session, interactive session, and most important, we see that if we all come together, we will be able to open up the exhibitions as early as possible. And I think we've talked about all the measures, and Nidhi from the Secretariat, as directed by Rakesh Kumar and Bala as our president, I think we have a good way ahead, and we'll be able to achieve the desired goal. So most important is that the entire Indian Industry Associations, if they all come together and spread this word and take it up with the government very, very seriously and strongly. The Indian Industry Association actually have been at the forefront of the exhibition industry. So it will make a lot of difference when they come forward talking to the government. So FICCI, CII, and all other associations, I think we're on the right track. I'm glad sooner or later we had to find an opportunity. I'm very, very glad that we did manage to in this more of a closed up. Thank you. Over to Suraj.
Thank you, Sonia. Yogesh ji, you may like to add something?
Yeah, hi everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah, Yogesh.
Yeah, because it's raining very heavily here in Mumbai, and the network has been really bad for last 2 days. So quickly, I think it was ended. Thank you to all the stalwarts of the association heads who have all joined us, and I think very nice to hear the views, and thank you coming out in strong support, and thank you to Rakesh ji basically for leading this entire initiative. Thank you so much. I think one thing, I don't have anything to add on the government front. I think you are all experts in dealing with government and government bodies. In fact, for me, I think one thing which I can say from organizers' perspective is, really speaking, the last point which was presented in the slide is getting the confidence. What happens is, I think this getting the approval of the government and making a start is going to be the first stage for our industry. The bigger stage is getting the confidence of all the stakeholders in exhibitions. I think that is where we all will have to play even bigger part. And I think some of us may have to make a head start really, because once we kickstart exhibitions, I think all will not be hunky dory, as we won't have the exhibitions in the full glory as we have seen in the past. And we will have to still put on exhibitions. They may be lacking international exhibitors, they may be lacking international buyers, but then we'll still have to go ahead with the exhibitions to win the confidence of our stakeholders. So I think that's where I think each one of us should come out strongly and in fact support the industry really in taking all the measures where the industry comes out stronger finally. So I think that is the only thing which I had to add over here. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Yogesh. Dharampal ji, would you like to add something, Mr. Malhotra?
No, sir. Sorry, I joined it. There's a bad network here. Suraj, are you able?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. I think his network is also.
He's having a poor network at his end. Mr. Juneja has joined back again.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yeah,
yeah. So there's again network issues. No, I would like to thank all the stalwarts. What Rakesh ji told was very precise, that once we get a permission, we need at least 3 month gestation, and we need to act fast with the timelines. What actually everyone has said it, but when the voice will go from the associations and the numbers will play a very major role in getting the industry back. So we actually need to act very fast on this and in a very collective manner. So I would really thank and appreciate all the industry council members, everyone, so that we can all work together and bring back the industry back. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaurav ji. Before I request Mr. Sethi to give closing remarks, anybody would like to add something, sir? Rakesh ji, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
Enough.
See, anybody would like to say something? Otherwise, I'll request Mr. Sethi to give closing remarks. Ravinderji?
Thank you. May I please request, because of the bandwidth, if everybody can go on mute. I think everybody is on mute. Well, first of all, I am honored to give this little vote of thanks. And I speak on behalf of our convener. Surajji, thank you. You're brilliant as always. Rakeshji, for catching the bull by the horn by chairing the advocacy committee and bringing us all together and taking us into a very, very bright future. Our President Bala, for taking so much of the pressure in these very, very trying times. My fellow executive committee members over here, and last but not the least, Nidhi and her team and the secretariat. So I really am thanking all of you on behalf of all of them. It's a real pleasure to see such a great presence over here. We've had representations from ACME, from CEPC, EEPC, AIMA, FICCI, IPAMA, PhD Chamber, Plus India Foundation, Plus Vision, India Plus, CII, IMTMA. Sivaji couldn't join from ITME because of connectivity problems, and so couldn't some of the others. There is clearly a sense of unity over here. There is no question about it. There is a unity. Our mission is the same. Those three questions were very valid. When do we visualize the restart? How do we highlight it to the correct people? And how do we bring back the confidence? I think all of us have now pretty clear. I don't have to go into all the details as to how we will approach it. We will do it all independently, but we will all do it in a united manner. IIA will provide the necessary data for you to proceed forward. Certain things which were very correctly highlighted, we have to highlight the figures. Kailash ji said it, GST ko bolo bhai kitna paisa hai, foreign exchange earnings, GST earnings. Timeline is critical. These next few weeks is critical. Rakesh ji has identified the plan. Ye 2-3 hafte hamare liye critical hai if we have to get this 1st September, and we will get it. Social media, how are we going to go on to the next level? How are we going to give the big punch in the 3rd week? That's all been drawn up. In the next couple of days, all of you will be getting inputs from the Secretariat. If anybody needs any information 24/7, we are all there for you from the EC. Just pick up the phone. Rakesh ji said it again, I'm quoting Eugene. You did your virtual shows, you said, wait, Toba, all the exhibitors are saying physical show is a must. Let us not forget that. Physical show is a must. So with that in mind, let us take this forward. Let us open it up first. Or Ajay Mahajan said a very right thing. And I think Yogesh was even saying the same thing, right? Ek bari khul jayega, wo darwaza gate khulega, confidence, dada aage jayegi. But let us aim at that now. Let us focus ourselves on that. And we will get there. Thank you all. Stay safe. The battle isn't over with the virus. Let's not forget that. It will remain with us. Let us live with it. I think a lot of us are living with it. Stay safe. God bless. Thank you.
I think, sir, this has been a marathon 2-hour session.
Thanks to Suraj ji, especially for moderating very well. And thanks to Sethi sir, and specifically our President, Mr. Bala, and our Secretary, Nidhi, and everybody, and the entire EC. Thank you very much, all of you.
We will be in touch again, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. What was a great session, and we look forward to your continued support. Thank you.